So this is new.
What is new?
Oh, okay. What you're seeing now is just a language select for what we're playing. Well, first of all, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Daniel,
And I'm Ryan.
and this is. Oh man, have I wanted to come to this for so long. Anyways, welcome to the start of us going into the Suda 51 games. First game on the line is Killer 7, which was well, it kind of has a little bit of interesting history, but Ryan, do you Ryan, do you remember a couple of games for the GameCube known as the Capcom 5?
I am not aware of
Okay,
those.
so what happened was is that the here was what happened. So Capcom wanted to make some. So the PS2 was rising while the GameCube was starting to fall flat because of how the GameCube was made. So what happened was that Capcom wanted to make 5 games for the GameCube. Problem was that four of the 5 games were only made, and only 3 of the games were also got PS2 ports. But one of the games we're playing right now is this game, and some of the other games that were also included were Project Number 3, Beautiful Joe, and finally RE4. But Ryan, are you ready to jump into the mind of Suda 51?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, definitely right. We can start over if you want. But anyways, welcome to. I want to say this is one of the more interesting games in Suda's career, but then again, I personally like the game after this. But then again, this is Killer 7, in which you are
Did
seven.
he
You are
just trade a Yu-Gi-Oh card?
no, that is not a Yu-Gi-Oh card. That is actually that is actually a very small folder. But anyway, this is the this is what Suda and his fans call his magnum opus. This is basically the biggest mindfuck you will ever play. And I mean the biggest mindfuck you will ever play. But anyways, first off, Killer 7 is basically you are seven assassins in one body, basically. I'll explain more as the game goes along, and I'll try to explain because, oh boy,
You mean
trying
this
to
shit over?
explain this game is a mind
That's where
wreck.
they all hang out. Our information tells us that there's
And the
14
first
of
man
them.
you see is
And they're all
Garcia and Smith,
forgotten.
voiced by Greg Eagles, actually.
Keep one alive so we can ask
Huh.
the bosses.
Yeah, the MKX Jacks.
Anything else I should know?
Nah, not really. You'll know when you see them. They're, different.
Will do.
And the guy we just passed is our informant, Christopher
And the
Mills,
devil
I
have
believe,
mercy.
voiced by Bart Flynn. But yes, this is basically Killer 7 is a very weird game. It's a simple game, but what you're going to see will confuse you. That's all I can say at the moment. But anyways, here's our first chapter of the game. Basically, try to capture the chief of
Do you require in the operation?
Oh right, I forgot about this. Okay, so what we're trying to do right now is trying to stop a terrorist group known as the Heaven Smiles, but let's learn the controls first.
Use the button. It is possible to run. Use the B button. It turns.
What the
Use the
hell?
R
Yeah.
trigger button.
A fun fact, I actually
It
modded the
holds
game
arms.
to make the voices into
Use
the
the B
Japanese
button.
version because if we're
It
playing
is
the
above
US
the
version,
line.
there is
Because
actually
you're a
Press
weeb.
the L
Huh?
trigger button.
No,
You're a
it's
weeb
not
then.
because I'm a weeb, Brian.
Use the cross key.
There actually is no
It
difference
changes
between the
the
Japanese
fire.
and US except of
Use
the
the
characters
button.
have a filter over them.
It
Well,
attacks.
the ghosts, secondly. We're hearing one of the ghosts right now, but yes, as we've shown, this is very much an on-rails Resident Evil. In fact, it's kind of
Possible to run.
one of the weirder Resident Evil Suda has actually played or made. The other one being a game called Shadows of the Damned, in which we might get to later, but then again, I actually have to play it.
Son of a bitch.
And fun fact, if we're okay, so let me explain. In the beginning, okay, because we're doing this in post. In the beginning, we had 2 difficulties to choose from. The first one is normal, in which I'm playing right now, where you can see some of the weak points of the enemies, as well as have better aiming. Um, if I were to pick the harder mode, deadly, I wouldn't see those weak points at all, and at that point, I would have to guess. But then again,
Isn't it the same for like that? You know, like for all the enemies, or like for the same type of enemy?
Some of them, yes. Some of them will have weak points shown. Some of them will actually be like, hey, you can only kill them like this. So yes. But anyway, here's the main gimmick of Killer 7. You switch into multiple characters.
You don't want to
So you became Michael Jackson.
It's dangerous. My friends are all
Right?
You shifted from a dark guy to a white guy.
Yeah.
look
God
like
damn it.
this.
Oh no, I feel terrible now. But yeah, these are the enemies of this game, the Heaven Smiles. Basically, little goblin, like gangly goblins that will try to come up and suicide bomb against you.
Bastards are breeding.
And my man.
Ugh.
Alright. So anyways. So Ryan, how much do you know about Suda?
That he's insane. And
Okay, good.
okay, personally, from my perspective, I think that his gimmicks are just that. Like, they're just gimmicky and at the same time kind of juvenile.
Yeah. No, I understand
Like-
that point. Juvenile, like the juvenile, I can kind of get. Like the gimmicks, I definitely understand because the way his games work, and I will admit this, they kind of work along the line of, you know, what's popular at the time. And it's more of like a crapshoot.
No, but like that's the thing though. When you make something that's popular at the time, then it becomes like a fad, you know?
Yeah. But then again,
Like-
it's more of the niche fad. That's kind of one of the things. Anyways,
Yeah.
so
You say that. Okay, you know your favorite game series, No More Heroes. What is it? You have to charge your lightsaber.
yeah.
How about we make it like so it looks like he's masturbating? Oh, good job, guys. Oh, how do you save? He goes to the bathroom. Oh, real mature there.
All right, listen, we'll get to No More Heroes when we can. But anyways, this is one of the
You
this
tell
is
me
one of
that
the
that is
Harmon
not
rules we can
juvenile.
go to. As we saw there, when the room is dark, we can save, but when it's not, we can't. But we'll show a room when it's not when it's light. But either way,
That's right. You can't tell me that it's not juvenile.
Either way, let's introduce one of the few mechanics. So the guys we're talking to right now are called Remnant Psychs. So let me try to explain. So what if the Killer 7 kills a human, they have a chance to technically absorb the person and see if they're compatible for joining the ranks of the Killer 7. If not, they become these sort of ghosts with text-to-speech. And
Why is
this
he
is
wearing
be-
a BDSM suit?
Yes, this is Iwazaru, as we get clearly ignored in the first like time we talked with him. But yes, he is wearing a BDSM suit, and he's basically the manslayer.
Who holds a gun like that?
Huh?
Who holds a gun like that?
You want to talk about Dan Smith holding a gun? Oh, Coyote's worse. Anyways, here's our next remnant. It's like Travis Bell. Yeah. Either way, here's because this is what I was planning initially. I was going to try to translate what the text-to-speech was saying. Well, you know, other people could choose to either look at that, while you know you could look at the actual translations Capcom provided. But yeah, either way. Oh, I forgot I accidentally did this, but yeah. So this is the main gimmick of Killer 7. You just kill a bunch of enemies, solve puzzles by trying to find certain bullets called soul bullets or soul shells, as the localization says, and just try to get to the end boss of each chapter. Some chapters are divided into parts, which I kind of understand because. Okay, let's talk about this game's production. Initially, this game was going to have 3 hours of cutscenes. He had to cut it down to an hour. That's how big this game was going to be. Yeah.
But he didn't work on the graphics.
Well, you know, the graphics can be in art form. It don't matter. I mean, look at his modern games. They have better graphics now, but it's like, you know, sometimes you gotta make what you gotta make do what you gotta make with. And I understand this is technically GameCube.
When the body collects at the test tube,
There are a handful of GameCube games with better graphics.
Yeah, true.
Of course, it is impossible to fire when the blood is in
I mean,
the
what
lower discs
you can make the argument that this is like a comic book cell shading.
Yeah, it is technically still.
At the same time, though, it's just like some of the models just like they're too stiff, don't you think?
Oh, I mean, I understand that. I'd say it'd be the charm of Killer 7, but then again, yeah, I do see people at least legitimately complaining about it. But then again,
You say charm, but at
bel-
the same time, you like to suck this dude's dick. So
yeah. Well, no, but then again, I think the one benefit of this is he's actually able to do lip syncing very well with these models. Like the models, the movement can be stiff, yes, but I believe the lip syncing is like really like top notch.
hmm.
Yes.
What?
And here comes one.
Okay, hang on. Is this guy wearing a mask?
No.
What? Lip syncing my ass, dude.
Well, okay. For the alive characters, not the ghosts. The ghosts actually are. Yeah, the ghosts actually don't move their mouths at all, actually. And here's our first soul bullet of the game.
It's a pepper.
People actually say lobster claw, but okay, I'll take your word for it. But yeah, as I go out of this room, I'll show you all the characters that are awake at this moment. But yeah, there are basically like 6 characters I can actually control out. There's a 7th character I could control at this moment. The problem is that he's only selectable through the TV instead of the
Did you just
the
have a
actual
sex
voice.
change?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so let me explain the Killer 7. They're technically 7 persons in a single body. And yes, these people have existed before as separate bodies beforehand. But because of the main honcho's the main honcho's like special power, they basically combine it into one body and switch in between bodies, basically. And I just love the sound effects of them switching. But yeah,
Story-wise, right? Like, how does like one like maintain like dominance, or like how does like one choose to change?
I'm
How does that
guessing
work
it's
in
more
the
of like,
story sense?
you know, calling the guy out in their mind when it's needed, and they just take priority at that point. But right now, the character we're controlling is Kaede Smith. This character will have no story arc whatsoever. That's the worst part about her. Because her only connection at this point, she would have had some connection, but her only connection now is basically one of the enemies we'll be seeing later that I'll try to explain, and the one that we've just like killed like in a shot, known as the Camellia Smile. And her only thing was that she died before joining the Killer 7, and afterwards, well, it's kind of difficult to like. It's kind of like a bit of a endgame like spoiler thing. So I'll explain when we get to it. But yeah, she was most known for dying with that dress on. That's pretty much it. We'll see more of what she can do later, but let's see what the Heaven Smiles can do.
Wait, so all these people are dead?
Yeah, all these people. Well, all these people are dead. They have died, but they have been like revived technically. Through the main honcho's special power, as I said. And that's one of my main complaints about Killer 7. Actually, you can accidentally shoot the if the weak point is on the arm, you can accidentally shoot it. So the enemy is now immune, and you have to kill him normally. And if you didn't count your bullets, well, pray God help you.
Doesn't it?
You're playing a Suda game. What god is there?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but this is one of the main gimmicks of Killer 7. They have a special technique during combat and a special technique during the field, what you see with Kaede's is her scope. We saw it earlier with Dan, but he has a charged bullet known as the collateral shot, and we'll see what the other characters have later. But yes, as I'm circling around there with my mouse, the room is light, and Samantha is actually a bitch now, and so she won't save her game. She won't save her game, and this is the only way you can switch with characters to the TV. The first character you just saw, Garcian, he's a special case. If he's supposed to be the medic of the team, if a character dies, they'll be left in a brown paper bag. You could pick that paper bag up later, and then try to heal the character as soon as possible. But if Garcian dies, that's it. You've granted yourself a game over.
Smalley actually, like you said, her ability is a scope.
Yes.
And that's something that I dislike, like in any game, is when they say like a skill is an item, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand that, but then again,
I'm like, that's not a skill. That's, you know, like a skill is something that they can do.
right.
Like in this case, like anyone can use a skill.
I will admit that is actually true, but then again, the other characters will greatly make up for it. Well, some of them won't have won't have a combat special, but they still, you know, have their own benefits. But either way, what we just killed there is a micro smile. If you don't kill it, it'll come to you and flashbang you for a couple seconds. Spoiler alert, it happens to me and I get annoyed by it. So yeah, and here comes the next death in the lineup actually. Also, here comes the next character. I hate these variants of the normal smiles actually. Look at that fucking run cycle. I can't do shit, and I fuck.
Maybe it's because you're holding your gun awkwardly, huh? How about that?
The other character's worse. Also, as you saw on our as you saw on my left as it showed for a brief second, there is actually you can actually collect blood from enemies. And yes, this is the way you can switch characters through the menu. But since I'm playing the HD release, you can switch with the number keys. And these are item slots. And through this photo, that's our main enemy of the entire game. I'll explain when we get to him. But yeah, and those are our memos, but we don't have any of them yet. And this is how we recover, either by going to the menu and healing by clicking the vial, or pressing the H button on, well, the H key on the keyboard.
Come on, you gotta help me.
Okay, so this is kind of weird. Okay, so these guys that we're seeing dying are actually part of they're part of an organized crime syndicate that isn't ours. The thing is that one of them turned into a heaven smile. The others will die as we get along, but
Turned into a heaven, so it's like a heaven smile. So like, I bet you said that like the heaven smile was a gang.
well, heaven smiles is a gang, yes, but they're okay. It's kind of, like I said, it's kind of weird how they're made. They're basically a gang of zombies that, you know, still have their intelligence, but their mind has been fixated to as the game quotes, one heaven smile must kill another human being, in which case they mean, I'm going to go up to this guy and then suicide bomb on their ass. I mean, the only Korean character in this game, Oh Yoon-hyun. Actually, I think the only Korean character in the Suda game. Well, then again, I don't know because I haven't played like the other older games before this, so. Yu-hyun, well, then again, all the Remnant sites will give you hints, but Yu-hyun will give you hints to puzzles. The puzzle that he's talking about is the room next to us at this moment. But if you're confused about what his hints say, you can choose can choose to actually shoot his mask to get a more detailed hit. But be warned, the mask will actually shoots, it takes some blood off of you, which is your experience actually. Like so. Well, as soon as I'm able to aim at it. And as we look over here, he's flipping us off. Look. There's okay. I admit there's much worse stuff. Well, there's much worse stuff we'll see down the line, but this is just tame compared to what we'll see. Good thing about this run though is that I'm not going to be talking to a lot of the remnant sites, and Yuhyun especially, so you won't be seeing a lot of the hints. As a disclaimer, I'm sorry about that, but I mean I've been trying to pump this game up for like a while, so. But yeah, that was our first hit into that room, but we can't go into that room just yet until getting an item, so. And meet the only remnant site we can't skip at all. This is Kess Bloody Sunday.
What the f?
Yeah. This character is kind of tragic too. If I recall correctly, his he was actually the son of a wealthy company, but I think something in his snapped and he killed his parents, and then the Killer7 had to come and kill him on a Sunday, which is why he got that last name.
The master. It is dangerous. It is very, very dangerous.
Okay,
He
I know I
is
keep
used
critiquing,
that.
but then like it sounds like he's
It is
trying
the
to be
master.
too deep,
By no
you know,
means.
Yeah.
like
Didn't
too
you come
symbolic.
for a murder here? Oh, you are a fool.
More symbolic
You
than the
are a
Matrix,
fool.
or
I am not trusting.
It's like I get it. You read a book.
are
You
a
took
fool.
a you took
It is
a
an
history.
absolutely impossible thing.
You took
You do
you
not
took a
know
psychology
the
course. I
truth.
get it. But come on though.
You are a fool, master. You were deceived by Mills's fool. The waywardness is under fool's name.
and okay, yeah, I switch characters here. I think I'm trying to show off the other things at this point. Then again, it's been a while since I've played this. I don't. Okay, I'm like, I should be getting the memo now. Oh yeah, I forgot about this asshole. This is Kevin Smith. He doesn't talk. Now the only
What is that? What weapon is that?
That's a knife. He has throwing daggers, as well as one huge knife called the baser.
That did not look like he was throwing anything.
Huh?
That did not look like he was throwing anything.
Yeah, I am. Thankfully, though, he has his field special that is actually invisibility and immunity to other characters. So, yeah. I think. Oh, okay. At this point, I'm trying to show off the other characters. This is Con Smith. No, this is Coyote Smith. Look at that aim. You were complaining about Dan. This is worse. I think next one is Con. Did I try showing? Yes, this is Con. So he holds two Glocks. Like so.
How?
Yeah.
What is it?
And all his reloads are in 30 FPS, and he has a field special in which he gains a speed up. The reason why his aim is wonky is that he's actually friends with Coyote.
What does that have to do with anything?
I know, right?
I'm friends with you. I'm not a fucking retard. See, those two things don't correlate. What the hell is this?
That's
What
our
is
wrestler,
that?
Master Smith. So yeah, some characters will have a charge shot, some won't. Khan technically doesn't have a charge shot, but then again, it doesn't matter since you know you have the one shot of weak points. And here's our first memo. So This is just okay. So we're getting memos that a guy is sending to a guy called Amir, and it's basically they're getting info about the Killer 7 and whatnot. I need to check what the other memos are because it has been a while. But yeah. Anyway, Ryan, are you okay on that side or?
I'm trying to just like take in everything.
Yeah. How's that going on for you right now? Not well or?
Not, no, because like there's like so many things that are just like, like a bunch of small things that just agitate me about like this whole concept.
Is it more how the characters control, or?
No, it's the ideas.
It's the ideas that, yeah, okay.
Okay, see, like something like this, it just looks like that he's just raising his hand, and then the knife shoots out. Like, look at that.
Oh, well, then again, has there ever been another knife character on an FPS actually that you can name off the top of your head?
Genji.
Okay, I'll take your answer.
You know, he actually has like a real, like, I don't know, like throwing animation. And was it conversely, right? When you play Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, you have a projectile weapon. Each character has their own projectile weapon, and then you can kind of go into first person mode with that.
Oh.
Yeah. You can act, yeah, and she has daggers.
Okay.
So yeah.
But yeah, so Coyote, this is an interesting character. He actually has two field specials. The first one is more context sensitive. He can only unlock a certain type of lock, and he has a super jump. And in terms of combat, as I shown, he can technically do a charge shot, but it's weaker than dance technically. And here's our next remnant psych, Susie Summer, who's basically a
Why is she?
decapitated head at this point.
But wait, hey, but she's talking.
Yeah.
Huh?
She's still talking, yeah.
Huh?
With Japanese emoticons, yeah.
You want to know why? It will understand if it sees the whole
She amounts to ring bitch. So let's explain what she's holding in her mouth at this point as we get it. These are your rings. This is your only form of equipment in this game. Garcian has the main ring, which is why the other characters technically use it, called the vision ring. That allows you to see the heaven smiles. The other ones are, I believe, a majority of them are puzzle-based, and I believe 2 or 3 actually give you benefits to your character.
Man, you see the recoil on that thing?
Yeah, I told you. You were complaining about Dan. This man is even worse. And I fucked that up. That was actually close. But yeah, and here's another thing. Iwasaru actually fucking hates Khan. No, not Khan. He actually hates Coyote because of the fact that he's just a thief and has no background whatsoever.
You just said that Kaede has like no like.
Coyote, not Coyote.
No, you said that she doesn't have like a real story either. She just.
Yeah. Like I said, only if I'm being honest, only 4 of these characters technically have screen time. The others are just like.
Okay, see, again, that's another thing too. Is like, why do you introduce a character when like you
if you're not gonna say anything about the character at that point. Yeah, I understand that, but remember, this game was initially supposed to have like 3 hours of cutscenes. That the characters that might have been cut might have been part of those 2 hours. So that
Yeah, but that means you still have something, you know?
Yeah. I admit, you still gotta explain something even with that, but then again. But yeah, here's me trying to equip the ring now, because that's actually important for the puzzle that we're going to do. So in that room, we have this puzzle. Now, puzzles will actually change depending on difficulty. On normal difficulties, some will actually show what to do, but in other difficulties, you'll have to take the hint. As you see here, the candlesticks are numbered 1 through 5. You just gotta light them in that order. But you can also see below them that they have rings with the same number. And by that, we get our other collectible of this game, the odd engravings. They mean jack shit. They're just here. Yeah, those things mean absolutely nothing. Suda said so. They're just basically keys.
This is. So you see what I mean? Like the ideas aren't you know
Alright, vegetable, yeah. I mean, then again, like I said, most games aren't perfect, so you know, even though it's good, you know, there's still something you can pick out, which I actually appreciate that you're picking out, honestly.
No, I'm just saying, it's like when you do something, something has to make sense.
Yeah. Thankfully, when we get to No More Heroes, it'll make more sense compared to this. So this is the Blood Room. What I'm doing is, with every character I kill in terms of criticals or like take a limb off, you'll get the thick blood. This is your experience, which you can convert into serum. 40 deciliters of thick blood will give you serum, and you can use that to upgrade your characters. That I'll be showing right now.
You an ugly fella. How's it been, huh?
The only two characters you can't upgrade are Garcian and the main honcho. But when you level up characters, you actually gain some certain skills. All of the 6 that you can control have a down attack. All characters have a down attack, a counter, more upgrades to their specials, and once if you get the correct requirements for maxing a character out, you'll gain an ability to auto aim to the weak points.
What did you later? Destiny.
And that's also another thing. So, like I said, we're technically playing we're playing the HD version of this game, as I said, right? So another thing about the HD version is you can during the language select, you can select Japanese. And there's a thing about the Japanese version; it gives you additional benefits along with the initial game. So if you select language in Japanese, because I don't understand why they did this for the Japanese version, but all characters have access to the auto lock on in the Japanese version. I don't know why, but that's apparently a thing. And I believe in the other difficulties their health is boosted. But then again, let's just solve another puzzle. Turn on the sprinkler. Why exactly? Well, we have to flush this toilet in order to get an item that's clogged in the pipes.
What the hell?
Don't worry, it's sanitary. It's not dirty at all.
That's not even what I'm getting at.
It's like, why is everything connected to everything? Yeah, no, I get it. Then again, Suda is a fickle bitch.
See? Even you know it.
I know it. Yeah, I still love the motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know why. Logically, like, none of this stuff is like...
Yeah, I know. It all has to make sense, but then again, remember.
Yeah, it's just even in a gameplay standpoint, like you can make the argument in Bloodborne, whatever. You picking the waste of skin class where you come up with nothing, that isn't you inherently making the game harder on yourself. That is the reason. That's the reason why it's there. What is the reason for collecting this crap? Like how you say, nothing.
Nothing. It's just advancing to the next part of the stage, basically, or the next part of the chapter.
You need those to advance in the story.
Yeah, because as we'll see here, there's actually an emergency.
Then that's not for nothing then.
Yeah. I know that's what I'm saying. It's like.
No, you said collecting it did nothing, but you said you need to advance.
No. The meanings on the other games mean absolutely nothing is what I'm saying. But yeah, that they're just here to just advance to the next part.
You did not. You didn't say the meanings of it.
Right,
You
I'm
said
sorry.
collecting it meant nothing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have explained further. But yes, that's pretty much it. But yeah, so now I'm switching to freaking
The master.
Mask at this
It
point,
is
and
very dangerous.
here Iwazar will explain Mask, but I was just gonna explain what he's trying to
Yeah,
say right
Mask
now.
is whack.
Yeah, Mask is whack, extremely whack, and filthy powerful. So let me explain. He has he owns grenade launchers known as Dream All Day. What can he do with them? Outright almost one shot every common enemy in the game and destroy walls. That's it. And in the beginning, he's not that good at health, I'll say, because his reload is oof. But yeah,
But you said he can one shot
yeah, like that,
like almost everything.
like we just saw. But yeah, if you decide to kill with Mask though, be warned, you technically can't get any of the blood except if it was the gold smile. That smile is kind of weird. It's basically a common enemy that can guarantee you getting their blood, and that to my knowledge that's the only character that can grant you blood in a normal circumstance of killing that isn't the Camellia Smile. Either way, here's our next carrier pigeon. Also, I forgot the carrier pigeon was actually named Pussy. I don't know either. I like, why the hell would you name a bird Pussy?
Okay, again, like it's seriously like he listened to his kid when he was like, let's say trying to get ideas for this game.
But yeah, as this memo says, Garcian is basically the main the messenger that technically controls the other characters, but there is a main honcho technically. It wasn't like this initially, but then again, we'll explain that as we go down the story more. But yeah, let me switch to Mask, cause oh jeez. I think, okay, so here's what initially happened. I was trying to record this part of the game, and I forgot my CPU was like at a high point, which caused the audio to skip like 15 seconds, 15 seconds like late before the video. So I was using Dynalot at that point. At this point, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to try using the other characters that isn't Mask. So I was trying to. I don't know. I guess I was trying to use Kaede more, but then again, I should have been using Khan. But then again, speedrunners absolutely love the hell out of Khan because of his field special.
The human resources away of which will it secure? Be careful of the old friend. The awareness is under Herman's name.
And here's our next death.
Get the hell away! What is this thing?
As much as she's part of.
She just had an off-screen death.
No, it's that was more on screen. Off screen is freaking
That flash?
I mean, it was an explosion.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, it was an explosion. I told you the heaven smiles blow up on you. They're suicide bombers. And now I gotta aim here because I don't want to wake this Camellia. That's the thing. If the Camellia gets hurt, he'll be it'll be yelling help me backwards and trying to run away from you, and then it'll explode into where you have to solve the puzzle. At that point, I think I miss here. But if either way, if you kill him before he explodes, you will actually gain their blood no matter what. Yeah, like so. And at this point, I'm already maxed out on thin blood, so yeah, it doesn't matter.
It is very dangerous. It is pure known at the naked light. It knows this scent. The light from my heart is in here. Now, it's performs a massive with the naked light. Use the light with the naked light. Rain shakes at the right button.
Yeah, this what
Death
Iwasaru-
shower?
Yeah, what Iwasaru is now explaining is Kaede's death shower. This is her field special. So what happens was, if there's a barrier, she'll slit her wrist in order to summon Iwasaru's ex-wife, so that she can bust out barriers. There's also another skill to this in which she can absorb blood. So she's trading thin blood for thick blood at that point, but I don't use it because this is the normal difficulty of the game, and even then I'm trying to get weak points as much as possible. Oh, I forgot. She actually has a worse reload in the game, actually.
You even worse reload than that guy with 2 rocket launchers.
Yes, actually. Because
Ow.
yeah, because she has to she has a hard time getting the cartridge in. That's the issue. And even then, like, Mask can actually get upgrades compared to the other characters. And here I show off the original way of switching characters as well. Sorry, are you still okay, or has it like actually confused you even more?
Again, just like the ideas are just like all over the place. Or like,
I mean, that's also the gamble that I believe, because it can be a good point, but it's also a double-edged sword. As you see, like I'm like I'm okay with it, and other people are okay with it, but other people, like, Ryan and whatnot, that's the problem. They won't be able to get it. But then again, what is there to get, honestly?
yeah, what, like,
You okay? You're cutting off, honestly. Like, are you trying to like?
I'm just trying to recollect
Okay,
my thoughts on this.
do you have water near you?
Yeah.
Okay. At least that's good for you. I don't feel like I can eat anything right now because of, what happened. But then again.
Hey, you know what? You wouldn't have that bad a recoil if you're holding your gun correctly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Then again, he's a punk, so yeah. I think this one I fucked up. Oh no, I don't. Oh right, no, in the original recording I fucked up. Okay. Now I remember what happened. And I believe this one I mess up. Oh, no, I don't. So I'll just show this one for the sake of showing it off. I already know the answer to this puzzle after playing it a bunch of times. What you're supposed to do here is use Kaede's special to absorb the fake blood, and that will go to your thick blood total. But what the thing is supposed to say is now, and you're supposed to put it into a keypad afterwards.
It just says now.
It's supposed to say no. Like, that's what it says. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, I'm debating if I want to go into the room yet, but apparently not. So yeah, it just says no. and I kind of don't like this style of selection because it assumes that you're playing controller slash GameCube, so you have to basically move with the D-pad or WAS in this case, and then like select using the using left click. So
Wait,
here
wait,
comes
wait.
the next part.
Wait.
So this is the halfway part of every part or chapter. This is known as the Finiculum Gate, and it's basically your mid boss.
Uh-huh.
If you don't, it's either you kill the mid boss or the mid boss will actually explode on you in one shot, and you have to go retrieve your character. I think at this point I'm draining the freaking micro that's around the corner. Because I have missed this son of a bitch way too much than I should have.
Hmm.
Oh, also, for some of the upgrades, you could do this.
Is that what the down attack is?
Yeah, that is the down attack. You can also get a counter in which you can, stop the enemy from trying to explode on you when it jumps on you. When you see that, you will see a almost brief flash, which will show you, which technically shows you the button you should be pressing. If you're playing the original GameCube version, it's the X button. Once the character can't get it. So now I'm like, should I fill up that? No. Oh, wait, actually I do. Here's also another thing I actually don't like. For each chapter, you can actually break the blood machine, like right now. So I've
okay.
technically reached the max cap. Also, this doctor is really weird. He only lives in this TV. That's his only gimmick. He lives in this TV and just gets the thick blood you have to convert into. Yeah. I think at this point I just level up everyone to 1.
Is there a level cap in this game?
For each category, it's 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Master, this is bad. It is going in a very dangerous direction. This point of the party's nest.
Yeah. Now where we're going into is the main payment of the Viniculum Gate. So what you have to do is all those soul bullets we were finding, we have to give it to the main guy up at the front desk. If we don't have enough, he'll actually berate you for thinking this is window shopping, and he'll say, "Go away, get out of my face." Like so. But then again, I have all the soul bullets, so we're fine. We have entry.
Next.
Alright.
Where are you up to? Is it Tortian Gate? Let me. Surely it received. Please go on in.
And welcome to the best song in the game, Ryan. For the brief amount of time we'll hear it. This is Raybon. Yeah, I don't know why it's only in this room only, but then again. The whole song actually starts degrading, actually, which is the creepiest part of it, but
The Master.
it's still really good. Also, that's also another thing.
It is bowed down.
I don't believe this game will nail the soundtrack compared to other games, but when Grasshopper manufacturers / Suda Games do their soundtrack, they do absolute work on them so much.
Preliminary skirmish. Please
Yeah.
fight by such preparedness. The awareness is under.
So right now, Yozaru is explaining the concept of the mid boss, and now we'll actually explain we'll get an explanation of what this particular mid boss is, known as the speed smile. Guess who explains it?
Is it the guy in the BDSM suit?
No,
Oh.
the unskippable fucker. But yeah, so first
It was a
enemy
good
that he's trying to explain is the speed smile. What you're supposed to do is Aim for his head. That's all. Or aim for his neck. That's all you need. The problem is he dodges like a motherfucker. As we'll see right. Okay, what the hell am I doing? Okay, right now. Look at that guy. I am actually thankful I stunned twice before like getting his replay. But yeah, that's pretty much the gimmick of these boss rooms. Or the mid boss rooms. Kill the enemy before he kills you in one shot. Pretty much. And we could proceed to the next part of the level. But anyways, what were we saying?
It just occurred to me, like, who puts a scope on a pistol?
Well, it's a magnum.
Even worse. Even worse. The amount of recoil that thing has, and you put your eye close to that?
Yeah. I think I'm forgetting at this point, but... Okay, I switched to that. I should be getting... Oh, wait. I just forgot the blood machine broke. But anyways, I believe now we're going to switch to a bit with Garcia. Oh, yeah, there he is. And I accidentally screwed that up. Let's try to talk with Travis. Come on. Come on, me. Come on, past me. There we go.
So, what's his weapon?
So, as you just saw there, Travis just called Garcia an Emir. That, okay, I admit that's kind of the worst part about it, but then again, like I said, Suda himself is a double-edged sword, but then again, we'll explain. I'll explain once we get to that part, but that is really a late game spoiler. But at least we'll see 2 new characters up ahead. And this hallway, you could technically go to the other side of the hallway and skip this. So yes, actually, I lied. Kess is technically skippable, but only in one instance. So Kess now explains the boss of this stage. So did you get that, Ryan?
Sort of,
Okay.
yeah.
But now we have the main honcho. This is Harmon.
Is that the actual character's name?
Yes, that is the name of the character. And his maid next to him is named Samantha. As we see here.
Please, be careful, sir.
You are going to hate Samantha, though. I'll just say that this much once we get to the other chapters. But yeah, here's the main honcho, Harmon. And here's our first boss.
I'm the mother of this sacred place. Our 4 children served their purpose. They didn't die in vain. But our other 9 children were killed by you. What do you want from us?
So Ryan, ready to kill Anime?
Is it so bad that we have a purpose in life?
You know what? This is like the sudden art change in this.
Command, we will kill the unwanted.
This isn't the first instance of this sort of art change. This
I
character is like,
You
there's
are not
another
one of
character
them.
afterwards, and then we'll see like a
Good
sudden
night,
art change when we
child.
get to, I believe,
It's past your
chapter
bedtime.
5 or 4. But yeah, this is the angel. First thing you gotta do, shoot the wings.
How is she like not even like reacting to like what's going on
No, she is.
after she's dead?
You think you killed me? Better think again.
Oh,
Yeah. And yeah, that's our weak point. So yeah, Harmon, if you hack in Harmon, oh by the way, welcome to the boss fight of this game. We're playing the chicken game now, but Harmon is, that man is nearly indestructible if you hack him in. Like he has the best sniper rifle in the game. And he, okay, well that's what happens if you fail the chicken game. But yeah, he has the best sniper rifle in the game that can kill almost anything. And he has infinite health, even if he takes damage. Yeah, but that's only if you have Harmon in, because Harmon is basically special case. And this is where I messed up, and I feel terrible about it. But then again, I have all the health to spare, and you don't need any specials against this boss.
Do you move around in the wheelchair too?
For old Harmon, yes. And he's actually the slowest character. But thankfully, he has infinite ammo.
Wheelchair.
Yeah. And the angel's dead. But here we go. We'll have a bit of control of Harmon right now. I don't show his turnaround later, but it's really slow. I believe I show
wheelchair.
It. I'll show it in the second chapter. But for now, let's meet our main villain of the game, Harmon's best friend.
This is so lame. So you got me. Oh well.
One of the lines the angel could say at that point is that you stink, basically. So yeah, I was wanting to get that honestly, just so you could laugh. But yeah, this is our main villain of the game.
I guess my trick didn't work on you. Tricks of
This is Kun-Lan, the reincarnation of the Buddhist temptation devil Marma Papia.
Yes. Nothing has changed.
I am not kidding. He is basically a Buddhist devil.
No matter how many times you
Okay.
try, the result
And his
will
special
be
is his what we'll be trying to shoot at
like our chess
what we'll be seeing at the God Hand, which actually turns people into heaven smiles.
Do you know why? You tell me. Because you're a bad player. A new generation of children will bring order to this age. You're a good friend, but unfortunately, our interest.
So yeah, these
is
two are great,
not
are good friends.
mutual.
I'll explain their
We
friendship
both
like
have
once we get to the
become
next part.
burdened
But
with
yeah,
so much.
basically all you need to do is that Kun-Lan was born like this, and then Harmon was just a young guy that he just met,
It's Friday night.
and they just became the best of friends around
Let's
1960, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that hand you see right now, that's his God Hand. Don't look directly into that, or don't let him grab you with that, or else you'll be turned into you'll turn into a freaking suicide bomber. But yeah, we shoot that.
But you said don't look at it, but then you have a sniper rifle and you're looking right at it. What is this? You don't even have you don't even have the logic for this one.
Awake from your dream. Harlan, the size of the world has changed. It's changed to the size where you can control it with your hands, just like a PDA. The world will keep getting smaller.
You know what's the sad thing about that laugh, actually?
What?
The voice actor's dead.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I should have explained it, yeah, but yeah, Harmon is actually voiced by Dwight Schultz, and Kun-Lan is voiced by Joe Lala. Yeah, Joe Lala's dead, and that was, I believe, for me, that's his most beautiful laugh. But yeah, anyways, we'll be going to the second chapter. We'll be going into the second chapter as soon as we save. So, how do you feel now?
My head is just like, some of these ideas can work, but then like I feel like they need to be fleshed out better.
Yeah. So either way, we'll be going into the next part, or the next chapter, I believe. You just want to take a break now, or?
Yeah.
All right. All right. We'll see you guys in the next part.